Taiwan, a small island nation off the coast of mainland China, finds itself at the heart of a growing geopolitical storm. This island, with its rich history and complex political landscape, has become a flashpoint in the broader struggle for power and influence in the Asia-Pacific region. Its unique history and strategic importance have made it a focal point of international relations, particularly between the United States and China. The island's position in the South China Sea, a critical maritime route, further amplifies its significance on the global stage. For over 70 years, Taiwan has existed in a state of political limbo, claimed by China but governed independently. This ambiguous status has led to a delicate balance of power, with Taiwan striving to maintain its autonomy while navigating the pressures from Beijing. This unresolved status quo has become increasingly precarious, raising concerns about a potential conflict with global ramifications. The international community watches closely, aware that any misstep could lead to a broader confrontation involving major world powers. The seeds of this tension were sown in the aftermath of the Chinese Civil War. The conflict, which pitted the nationalists against the communists, reshaped the political landscape of China and set the stage for the ongoing struggle over Taiwan's future. In 1949, the defeated nationalist government, known as the Kuomintang (KMT), fled to Taiwan and established the Republic of China (ROC) in exile. This move created a parallel government that continues to exist to this day, further complicating the island's political status. Meanwhile, the victorious communists founded the People's Republic of China (PRC) on the mainland. This new government, led by the Chinese Communist Party, sought to consolidate its power and viewed the ROC's presence in Taiwan as a direct challenge to its authority. Beijing has always viewed Taiwan as a renegade province, destined for eventual reunification by force if necessary. This stance has led to a persistent state of tension, with both sides preparing for the possibility of military conflict. Despite the lack of formal diplomatic relations, Taiwan has flourished as a vibrant democracy and a technological powerhouse. The island's economy has grown rapidly, driven by innovation and a highly skilled workforce, making it a key player in the global tech industry. Its economic success stands in stark contrast to the mainland's authoritarian system, making it a beacon of hope for those seeking an alternative to Chinese Communist Party rule. Taiwan's democratic institutions and respect for human rights have garnered admiration and support from around the world. This success has only fueled Beijing's determination to assert its sovereignty over the island, viewing Taiwan's independent existence as an affront to its national pride and a challenge to its legitimacy. The Chinese government has repeatedly stated its intention to bring Taiwan under its control, by peaceful means if possible, but by force if necessary. The world watches with bated breath as tensions escalate across the Taiwan Strait. Military maneuvers, diplomatic standoffs, and economic pressures all contribute to an atmosphere of uncertainty and potential conflict. The outcome of this geopolitical standoff will have profound consequences for the region and the world order. A conflict over Taiwan could disrupt global trade, destabilize the Asia-Pacific region, and draw in other major powers, leading to a potentially catastrophic escalation. Understanding the historical context and the motivations of the key players is crucial to navigating this complex and potentially explosive situation. As the world grapples with the challenges posed by Taiwan's uncertain status, the need for careful diplomacy and strategic foresight has never been greater. China's spectacular economic ascent in recent decades has transformed the global balance of power. From a largely agrarian society to the world's second-largest economy, China's growth has been nothing short of phenomenal. This rapid development has not only lifted millions out of poverty, but has also positioned China as a formidable player on the global stage. No longer content with its role as a passive player on the world stage, China is increasingly assertive in its foreign policy, seeking to reshape the existing international order to reflect its newfound strength. This assertiveness is evident in various aspects, from its Belt and Road Initiative to its growing influence in international organizations. The Taiwan question, long considered a peripheral issue, has moved to the forefront of China's strategic agenda. Taiwan's geopolitical significance cannot be overstated, as it sits at a critical juncture in the Asia-Pacific region, making it a focal point in the broader contest for regional dominance. Under the leadership of Xi Jinping, China has adopted a more muscular approach towards Taiwan. Xi's administration has made it clear that it views Taiwan as an integral part of China, and any moves towards independence are seen as a direct challenge to Chinese sovereignty. Beijing has stepped up military exercises and diplomatic pressure, aiming to intimidate Taipei and deter any moves towards formal independence. These military maneuvers are not just for show, they serve as a stark reminder of China's willingness to use force if necessary. China's rapidly modernizing armed forces, particularly its Navy and Air Force, are increasingly capable of projecting power across the Taiwan Strait, raising concerns about a potential military conflict. The modernization includes advanced fighter jets, aircraft carriers, and missile systems, all designed to enhance China's military reach. For China, the Taiwan issue is not merely about territorial integrity, but also about national rejuvenation. The Chinese government views the reunification of Taiwan as a crucial step in achieving the Chinese dream of national rejuvenation and restoring China's historical status as a global power. Reunification with Taiwan is seen as a historical imperative, a symbol of China's restoration to its rightful place as a leading power in the world. This narrative is deeply embedded in Chinese political discourse and is used to rally domestic support for the government's policies. Xi Jinping has made it clear that reunification is a core national interest and a key component of his China dream. This vision encompasses not only economic and military strength, but also cultural and political unity, with Taiwan playing a pivotal role. China's growing economic clout provides it with additional leverage. As the world's largest exporter and a major source of foreign investment, China wields significant economic influence, which it uses to further its strategic objectives. Beijing has used its economic muscle to punish countries that challenge its position on Taiwan, such as Lithuania, which allowed Taiwan to open a representative office under its own name. This move was met with swift economic retaliation from China, demonstrating its willingness to use economic tools to achieve political ends. This assertive behavior has raised alarms in Western capitals, prompting calls for a more robust response to China's growing assertiveness. Countries like the United States and its allies are increasingly concerned about the implications of China's actions for regional stability and global order. They are exploring various strategies to counterbalance China's influence, including strengthening alliances and increasing military presence in the Asia-Pacific region. The United States, long the dominant power in the Asia-Pacific region, faces a formidable challenge in the rise of China. As China continues to expand its influence and military capabilities, the balance of power in the region is shifting. The Taiwan issue sits at the heart of this strategic rivalry, threatening to draw the two superpowers into a dangerous confrontation. Taiwan's unique position makes it a flashpoint in US-China relations. Washington's policy of strategic ambiguity, while designed to deter both a Chinese invasion and a Taiwanese declaration of independence, has become increasingly difficult to maintain. This policy aims to keep both Beijing and Taipei guessing about the US's exact intentions. The US has a deep and enduring interest in Taiwan's security and democratic way of life. This commitment is rooted in shared values and strategic interests. Taiwan is a crucial link in the first island chain, a string of islands stretching from Japan to the Philippines that helps contain China's naval power. This chain is vital for maintaining a balance of power in the region. Moreover, Taiwan's advanced semiconductor industry is vital to the global economy, making its fate of paramount importance to the US and its allies. Semiconductors are the backbone of modern technology, and Taiwan's leadership in this field cannot be overstated. In recent years, the US has taken steps to strengthen its commitment to Taiwan, providing it with advanced weaponry and increasing high-level diplomatic engagement. These actions are intended to bolster Taiwan's defense capabilities and deter potential aggression. The Biden administration has repeatedly affirmed its support for Taiwan's self-defense capabilities, sending a clear signal to Beijing that any attempt to take the island by force would be met with a resolute response. This stance underscores the US's commitment to maintaining stability in the region. However, the US also recognizes the sensitivity of the Taiwan issue and the risk of escalation. Any miscalculation could lead to a broader conflict with severe consequences for global security. Washington has maintained its long-standing One China policy, acknowledging China's claim over Taiwan while continuing to provide the island with the means to defend itself. This policy seeks to balance the competing interests of supporting Taiwan and managing relations with China. This delicate balancing act has become increasingly difficult to sustain as China grows more powerful and assertive. The U.S. must navigate this complex landscape carefully to avoid unintended consequences while upholding its commitments. The presence of U.S. and Chinese military forces in the Asia-Pacific region adds another layer of complexity. Both nations conduct regular military exercises, which can sometimes lead to tense encounters. Diplomatic efforts and dialogues between the U.S., Taiwan, and China are crucial in managing tensions. These engagements aim to find common ground and prevent misunderstandings that could escalate into conflict. Economic ties between the U.S., Taiwan, and China further complicate the situation. Trade and investment flows are significant, and any disruption could have far-reaching impacts on the global economy. U.S. allies in the Asia-Pacific region, such as Japan and South Korea, also play a critical role. Their support and cooperation are essential in maintaining regional stability and deterring aggression. The future outlook of U.S.-China-Taiwan relations remains uncertain. As the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve, the U.S. must adapt its strategies to address emerging challenges and opportunities. The escalating tensions across the Taiwan Strait have raised fears of a potential conflict between China and Taiwan, with the U.S. potentially drawn into the fray. While all parties involved recognize the catastrophic consequences of such a conflict, the risk of miscalculation or unintended escalation remains a serious concern. One potential flashpoint is an accidental military encounter. With both China and Taiwan conducting frequent military exercises in the region, the possibility of a misjudgment or an accident triggering a broader confrontation cannot be ruled out. Given the speed at which events can unfold in a crisis, even a minor incident could quickly spiral out of control. Another scenario involves a deliberate provocation by either side. China could attempt to test the resolve of the U.S. and Taiwan by escalating its military activities or by imposing an economic blockade on the island. Conversely, Taiwan could take steps towards formal independence, such as changing its name or constitution, which Beijing has vowed to prevent by any means necessary. A third possibility is a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. While a full-scale amphibious assault on Taiwan remains a challenging military operation, China's growing military capabilities are making such a scenario increasingly plausible. Beijing might calculate that time is on its side and that a window of opportunity to reunify Taiwan by force might be closing.